What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Professor X with another video. Thanks for tuning in. It means a lot. I was thinking today, it's kind of funny actually, but in all seriousness, I was thinking today about two types of people not to argue with. I think that's what I'm gonna title this from, something like that. Two types of people that you don't argue with. I'm sure some of y'all can relate to this. I have a friend of mine, and you have different type of friends, and you learn how to navigate within the friendship. Like you might have a friend that is great in every area, but don't loan that person no money. Like they're not gonna pay you back. But in every other area, they're good, but they're not gonna pay you back. And then you may have another friend that don't hang around them too much because they probably gonna gossip the latest drama, and if you don't feel like your spirit being worn down, you don't really want to deal with that person. We all have those type of friends. So I was thinking about a friend of mine that I have that he, for instance, we'll both watch the same movie. He'll watch it, then I'll watch it. Some other time we'll watch it. But then when we go to talk about the movie, he will give his opinion of the movie and then argue his opinion. So instead of arguing what really happened in the movie, which is what I'm talking about, what really happened, he argues his theory of what should have happened. And I mean literally arguing where you will find yourself arguing. You're like, man, but that didn't happen. And he almost like he wrote the script. I know, but it should have happened. Like you ain't write the script. You're not the director. Anyway, y'all know people like that. So that's what made me think two types of people you don't want to argue with. You waste your time. There's an old folk tale. Some of y'all might know this one about the donkey and the tiger. Another word for donkey is jackass. So that's the one we're going to use on this video. The jackass and the tiger. The story goes on to say that the jackass and the tiger was sitting around in the field, and the jackass said to the tiger, the grass is blue. And the tiger said, no, the grass is green. And the jackass said, no, the grass is blue. I'm telling you, it's blue. And they go back and forth, back and forth. Tiger saying it's green, jackass saying it's blue. So finally they said, we'll go ask the king. So they go to ask the king, the lion, king of the jungle. And even before they get to his throne, the donkey yells out, King, isn't the grass blue? And the lion said, yep, you're right. The grass is blue. And the jackass tells the lion, the donkey's going to tell the lion, the tiger is irritating me and getting on my nerves by saying that the grass is green. Would you please punish him because he's getting on my nerves? And lion said, I will. And told the lion, silence the tiger. He silenced the tiger for 5 years of silence. So you can't speak for 5 years. That's the penalty for your disruption of behavior, not believing the donkey. So the donkey went about his way, chirping and singing, the grass is blue, the grass is blue, the grass is blue. He going about his way. So the tiger said to the lion, why am I being punished when we all know that the grass is green? And the lion said, because as brave and as intelligent as you are, you spent your time arguing with the donkey, so much so that you had to bring this nonsense to my attention. And that's why I'm punishing you. So the moral to the story is, in a way, what my take is, some people that you argue with, we'll call them the jackasses of life, are not arguing from logic or common sense. They're arguing from the perspective that they just are going to be right no matter what you say. And we all know people like that. That we sit there and in the middle of the argument, we asking ourselves, why am I wasting time even talking to this person? And yet we continue to argue with that person. They're not even arguing anything logical. They're simply arguing their own point of view and the fact that they want to be right. The jackasses of life. Don't argue with that person. Stay away from that person if you can. Don't argue with them. You'll have you looking foolish. And we all know people like that. We've all done it. We've all been there. Now, the second type person that you don't want to waste your time arguing with, and to my young men who may not know this yet, I'm about to put you on game. I'm about to school you. Never argue with a woman. Yep. I got ladies that watch this channel. I know there's ladies that's watching this video that want to jump up at the screen or at their phone and say, what in the world did Professor X just say? Yeah, I know. Never argue with a woman. Never. And I'm telling you something that when I was young in my 20s and 30s, I failed at. So I'm not telling you something that I overcame at an early age. I'm telling you something that I failed at. But you can ask any man that's been around this earth for a substantial amount of time, how many times have you, and I'm not talking about just a disagreement. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a full-fledged argument where you can feel that thing boiling up in you. And as men, maybe your nostrils get wide and your veins begin to poke out and your voice go up to another level. It may go lower octave. It may go to a higher octave, depending on what it do when you get mad. I'm talking about that kind of argument. Ask any man that's been around this earth for any amount of time, when that session was over, did that woman ever change her mind and see your point of view? It's something in a man that when we reach resistance from a woman, we feel that if we use a stronger voice, that our command will make her change. I don't know if it's, I don't know, but we feel that our tone can shape her in the shape if we just give it to her in that aggressive tone. We feel like they'll bow down and acquiesce to what we're saying. It don't work. Never argue with a woman. She's not going to change. Listen, young men, listen. Young men, you in a relationship right now. Maybe you're about to get married. Maybe you engaged. Maybe you think I'm going to get the ring. Maybe you're watching this video on the way to Zales. And you, in your mind, you thinking about all the things you have to do as a man when you become a husband. Maybe you just dating right now and y'all just came out of an argument. And in your mind, you thinking, I talked for 30 minutes or an hour and she ain't heard nothing I said. Listen to what I'm telling you now. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to Professor X. You will never win an argument with a woman. Just take it right now. The best thing you can do, the greatest power, and I exercise this now. I do exercise this now. I didn't do it when I was in my 30s, but I've been exercising this for at least the last, I would say, 8 years. The strongest and greatest power you have is when you feel that bite rising up in you. Simply say, okay, and walk away from the situation. I'm not saying walk away from the relationship. I'm just saying you have to get to a point where you just say, you know what? Okay. Remember when the donkey came to the lion and said, King, isn't the grass blue? The lion said, yes, it is. He agreed with the donkey. That's what you got to learn how to do as men. Never argue with a woman. If you don't want to agree with her, fine. But just learn how to say okay. You say, how do I do that, Professor X, in real time? Say what you gotta say. This is my personal advice to you. Say what you gotta say in a regular voice. Let her say what she gotta say. Right? Hear what she's saying. So don't be a jackass. Listen to what she's saying for real. And see if it changes what you said. See if you can adjust, if you agree, if what she's saying makes sense, if it has the wisdom in it, consider it. Yes. Yeah. You the man. Consider what she say. Don't just tune her out. So when you say what you say, I said we're having grits with bacon. For those of you in the South and know what grits is. I don't know what they eat everywhere else. Cream of puff, cream of wheat or something. Let her say what she say. Listen. Don't tune her out. You the man. You the leader. Pay attention. If it don't change your original thought, say it one more time. See if she catch it. If she comes back again, just say okay. Walk away from it. That's it. And I am going to save. Listen, this is true. I've only done this. I've done this twice in my life when I was married. I want to say once. I feel like it was twice, but at least once. I remember we argued one time, literally 4 to 5 hours. I called in to work the next day. When I looked at my watch, it was almost like 4 in the morning. Yeah. Because I was young, silly, and I was so determined that my point had to be received and I had to be right. I assure you that conversation. We both had went to the kitchen, got water, snack, and came back too. Yeah. I assure you that conversation. And I think only maybe it was one time. That argument was probably 4 to 5 hours long. It probably started like 10:30 and went to 4. Yeah. Don't argue with a jackass. They say the grass is blue. It don't matter if you don't. No. When they say something that far out of place, you know what you're dealing with. Save yourself. You know what it sure is. That's it. Never argue with a woman if you're a man. Your strongest power is to learn how to walk away, even if you got to go sit on the porch. And I don't even smoke. But even if you got to roll one up, and I don't even smoke or promote it. But it's better than I would rather you smoke one than to snatch somebody around their neck. Because that's where it's going to go. A woman, if you keep arguing with a woman, especially she know you, she going to figure out a way to slap your ego and send you into a tornado mode. Yeah, you keep arguing, you're going to find out. She going to say something you ain't going to want to hear now. It ain't going to be what y'all talking about. You keep arguing with her, she going to tell you something you don't want to hear. Oh, yeah, she knows she can apologize for it later. But she also know you ain't supposed to put your hands on her. So in that second where you've used all that bass and all that baritone and all that bravado on her, in that second she gonna get you. She gonna cut you. Wham! She gonna hit you right in the throat with them words, right across the jugular. Everything is spewing out. You know how y'all seen the movie. She gonna get you. And when she gets you, your natural response as a man is to protect yourself. And you know we can't do that. Can't do that. And I've seen them where they stand right in front of you and say, I wish you would. With the phone in their hand. I wish you. Yeah. Y'all will learn. You young bucks, y'all will learn now. Yeah. I wish you. You got to say, girl. Yeah. You can save yourself all that trouble. Say what you got to say. Listen. Say what you got to say again. Listen. Okay. The grass is blue. I'm done. Y'all fellas talk to me in the comments. Ladies, get in there too. Don't be offended. It's the way y'all are. I'm not changing it. And I'm saying what I got to say. I ain't changing it. And I'm going to say it again. Y'all be cool.